Hello there and welcome to the Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Liverpool preview. We're also going to be talking about some of the other games that we've had recently as well, and also good news on the injury front as well for Liverpool as well. So we'll keep posted on that one as well just for now. Hope you guys are doing very, very well indeed and looking forward to the game this weekend. We've had a good couple of games to look forward to recently. Good results, good amount of goals, some really, really awesome attacking, full flowing football from Liverpool as well. You know, getting the win in the Merseyside Derby. Love it. Absolutely love it. Of course we do. It's the one. It's the result, you know, alongside the likes of Manchester United as well that we look at, and they are the ones that you want to win. They are the ones that you want to win. And I don't know if this stat is right, but I'm going to say it anyway. Apparently, this is the first time in a season that Liverpool have won at Goodison Park and also Old Trafford as well. So hey, hopefully we can get the home fixtures of those done as well and get some nice good 3 points from those guys as well. But we've moved on from them and we now have to go on and face what I believe is a difficult Wolves team. They are currently eighth in the league, tied on points and goal difference with Manchester United, who sit in seventh, just above them as well. But they're in good company with Tottenham, Arsenal, West Ham, Brighton, Leicester, and Palace all around them as well. You know, on similar sort of points tallies, apart from Palace, maybe a little bit further back. Anyway, but they're in good company. Again, they seem to have gone back to not gone back as in like how they were when they had Nuno Espirito Santos as manager, but Bruno Lage seems to have come in, and they seem to be getting, or they're performing better defensively in some ways, or against some teams especially. But they're also causing problems with the players they've got. The two players that I think, if they're available, fit and available to go against Liverpool, Adama Traore, we know about. We've been linked with him as well for a move to Liverpool in like the last 2 seasons at least, if not a couple more as well. We know what he offers. We know how dangerous he is as well. Hee-Chan Huang, who is on loan from RB Leipzig, I believe it is. Hopefully I haven't got the team wrong as well. But again, he's someone that came in, start the season, and he's got blistering pace. He's got good movement, good finishing in the right areas. And then obviously they've got Raul Jimenez up front as well, providing what he does. He's a great big physical unit, but he's got pace, he's got a good turn, good quick feet as well, and obviously a good shot on him as well. Good finisher in the box and a physical unit to deal with as well. So again, a difficult player, a difficult front three to come up against. Nelson Semedo, last season I thought was pretty terrible, but this season seems to have grown into his role at Wolves in the Premier League, and he looks like one of those players that really is starting to shine. Ruben Neves, Moutinho, however you say his name, two constants in their midfield, and I don't see any reasons why Wolves wouldn't play them. They're very good passers of the ball as well, but trying to dictate the play as well. They will find it difficult coming up against our midfield and how well drilled our midfield is right now, how confident Liverpool are. But again, they will have their moments. Ruben Neves, especially from distance in terms of shooting, and Moutinho from set pieces as well. They're going to be big concerns there. What's his name? Ryan Nouri. I'll be totally honest with you. Don't know anything about him. Don't know where he came from. I don't just mean in terms of country. I mean from club as well. I don't know the guy, so I'm not going to comment on him. I can't say. I could say, oh, this performance that he had was great. I couldn't. Others that we know is obviously Connor Cody and Roman Saiz, and I think Max Kilman. Again, it'll be a difficult defence to come up against. And Jose Shah, I think is his name, is the new goalkeeper this year after Rui Patricio moved on somewhere else, and I can't remember where he went. It's going to be difficult. It is going to be a difficult game against Wolves, and I'm not taking anything for granted. I know I say this about pretty much any game that comes up, and I would have said it as well about coming up against Everton. It's going to be a difficult game. United, difficult game. I would even say it against like a Crystal Palace, even someone lower down the league, because everybody at the moment still got something to fight for. Unless, well, no, everybody does right now at this point in the season. We're like 14 games in or something. There's still a lot to play for, whether it's relegation, staying in the league, getting mid-table, getting into European places, or getting into the top four, or even winning the title. There's still a lot at stake. Everybody's got something to play for. So I would say that every game is a dangerous game. We see it against when we played against West Ham. I would say on paper we would go and win that game, but we didn't approach that game, or we didn't play that game with the attitude, the flow, the everything that we've been doing in the last couple of games since then, we didn't do that in the West Ham game. They were better than us in that game, and that is just how it is. That's how it can be. If you're not on it 100%, any team can beat you. It could be a Norwich, it could be a Newcastle, who, yes, they haven't won this season yet, but they present threats, they present danger. That's why they're in the top flight. So, anyway, we come on to onto the Premier League. We come on to Liverpool here, and what I think our lineup is going to be. And I'll be totally honest with you, I don't think it's going to be anything different from the Merseyside Derby. Maybe we could see a Tsimikas come in at left back. Maybe we could see Minamino come in for possibly a Mane, possibly a Jota. I don't know though. Right now, this starting 11, and I'll take you through the starting 11 right now. Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, got Andy Robertson as well, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago, and then Salah, Jota, and Mane as well. You've got these guys playing that are in excellent form. They're in brilliant form. You don't want to change too much to it, and you might lose, some of that flow. And I think for me, I would be very hesitant to change any of the midfield personnel, because I think right now they're doing good. They are flowing. Everything looks like, we can defend well from the midfield. We can pass well in the midfield. We can control the midfield with Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago. And it looks like that could be an unbreakable bond of sorts in the midfield that could really nail down, the difference between us competing for major honours or going for top four instead. I would be very hesitant to change any part of that. If you're going to change anything, then yeah, I think the forward line, you could get away with bringing in a Minamino or a Divock Origi if he's available. You could bring these players in any of those forward positions, and it'll be all right. It won't be too bad. You can also get away with it a little bit if you decided to put like a Nico Williams at right back or a Tsimikas at left back as well, even a Konate for Joel Matip. To a lesser extent, you could even probably get away with putting Kelleher in goal instead of Alisson if you wanted to make some other changes. But the midfield, as it is right now, as it's performing, as it's doing really well, and if they're feeling confident and they also feel fresh after a great victory in the Merseyside Derby as well, then I think that it would definitely be, no matter what else changes, Thiago, Fabinho, Henderson, that's my midfield for this game. Anything else you want to do to it, I think that the game will go. It's almost like, the system is there. That midfield is integral right now, but all the other parts can sort of be swapped out a little bit, and you might get a slight drop in quality, but not much. And I think that's what Liverpool could do here if we're going to see any changes. But I do sort of anticipate maybe one or two changes max, and a very similar sort of lineup to what we had out in the Merseyside Derby, which for me, I would go on record to say that we should be looking to win this game. And I would also look to, be trying to keep another clean sheet. We didn't get one against Everton, fair play, but we scored a lot of goals, and we have been scoring a lot of goals recently as well. Like in fact, let's just actually have a look, which is what I was going to do originally, and we'll have a look at the matches that we've had recently. So Wolves is up next. Obviously Everton we've just beaten 4-1. Before that, it was Liverpool-Southampton. We beat them 4-0. We came up against Porto with a changed team in some regards as well, beat them 2-0. And then also Arsenal, which was another 4-0. This is all the games that are after the 3-2 loss that we had against West Ham. We've only conceded one goal. We've ended up scoring 4, 8, 12, 14 goals in 4 games. That's pretty incredible. That is pretty incredible, and we only conceded the one goal, which was Damari Gray for Everton the other day. I'm in a good position and in a good frame of mind to turn around and say that I think that we're going to win this game, but I do also think that it is going to be a difficult game. Like, even though I think that we're going to win it, and I think that we could even go out here and win 2-0, 3-0, and I'm going to go for 2-0 Liverpool in this game against Wolves. But it's going to be difficult because Wolves give you different challenges. They've got probably the fastest player in the Premier League and also quite a physical one as well to deal with in Adama Traore. They've got another technically good player and also a quick player in Hwang as well. You know what you're getting with Raul Jimenez and all the other players that they've got as well. Nelson Semedo, he's going to attack more than he's going to defend most times, more often than not. 9 times out of 10, he's going to be up the pitch more than he's going to be back. we know what we're going to get from Wolves, but they know what they're going to get from us, and they know what they're going to have to deal with from us. So whether it means that they revert into more of a 5 at the back instead of a 3, then it could make it really difficult for us to break down. And we're gonna. That's why I think we also need that midfield. You need those, the sheer energy, technical ability that you get from Jordan Henderson, the leadership as well. The other abilities that you get from Fabinho, the defensive abilities he's got, also his passing range, also when he wants to, the ability to unleash a firecracker from his right boot as well. Speaking of firecrackers, then we've also got Thiago, probably the best technician that I can remember us having in midfield since maybe Xabi Alonso, Gerrard, maybe that type of technician who can spot a pass from almost nowhere, like spot passes that, and I'm no professional footballer, I'm nowhere near it, I'm not even a beginner in terms of physically playing the game, but sees passes, sees runs, sees spaces that I just cannot see, and he manages to pick the locks most of the time. And now he seems to be developing the confidence to take a shot on, scoring twice last week. I think was it last week? I think it was. He scored twice last week. Scored an absolute banger as well. So now he's got that ability. He's getting more confident as well. I see no reason why. Yes, it could be a difficult game, and I anticipate it being a difficult game for us. But I also see no reason that Liverpool can't go out there, get a 2-0 victory, and then get out as well. And then whatever else we can get out from it. I also, obviously, touch wood, I'm obviously hoping there's going to be no player injuries as well, because it's that time of year right now in December when things are starting to, heat up. We've got the African Cup of Nations coming, which means we're going to lose a couple of players for an extended period of time as well. An unknown amount of time at the moment as well, because we don't know if they're going to be ready to face Chelsea or not, or allowed to play against Chelsea. That's another video for another day. But this game against Watford, I wish, against Wolves, it's difficult. But I think we can do it. I think we get a good 2-0 victory here. I think you'll see standout players in the midfield, and obviously I think likes of Salah, Jota, Mane, Minamino, Origi, whoever it might be. I think we're going to go 2-0, and I'm looking forward to it. Fingers crossed for a great result here against Wolves for Liverpool. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do feel free to give it a like and subscribe if you're new around here as well. Thank you once again. Do take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you later.